We're looking at Boeing here on the weekly chart, and you can see we're riding that 215.90. That is going to be a key level for us in here to hold. You basically kind of have $10 channels below this, right? So from here to about that 206 level, there could be a little something here because you have a couple touch points right off that 206. And then below there, you're looking at that 196. So it's either kind of dependent on, are we going to trade in a $10 channel here to the 206 and kind of bounce and then go down the 196, or we're just going to come straight down in here. So you can see kind of in the past, the reason that we don't really have a 206 level is we only had a few touch points in there for us. And it's kind of this whole area, right? So you have a $20 area in here between the 196 and the 215 that we're going to consolidate in, but we could find some footing here at the 206s and get a nice little pop here and there. So that's what we're going to be looking for if we do get a pullback and a breach and a hold underneath this 215.90 area. So this could have been a sell the news thing today in here. Obviously, you had that big run up yesterday, so maybe just a little overextension, maybe just technically needed to reset things in here. But overall, it looks like just kind of good news with the Air Force. We are now just selling the news the very next day, just kind of selling it off. So that's kind of what it looked like in here, but we're sitting right on that 215.90. That's going to be key for us in here as we end the week. On the resistance side, we're looking at this 9-day EMA. That's currently trading at the 220 mark. Nice psychological level for us in here. That is going to be key to breach and hold. If we are going to set up shop at these 216s, then we're going to be looking forward to that 220. If we can get above that, then anywhere above there, we're looking at right around that 226, and then the 235 mark is what we have priced out here for our resistances. So that's kind of what we're tracking here in Boeing. If you go to your IV, obviously IV kicked in today. So IV ranks sitting here at 25, raw IV of 48, right around a $3 expected move priced in by tomorrow. So we could have 220 up on the table. We could also have right around that 212 mark as well. So we'll see what happens as we end the week tomorrow. Definitely a pullback in here. Could this be just kind of resetting things back to that 216? We got a magnet in here, right? Ever since the past, 5 weeks in here, just right around that 215.90, that 216 area. So is something finally going to give in here tomorrow or the beginning of next week where we finally get back down here and we're in those low 200s again? If not, then 196s. That's what we're going to be looking for. But if we can hold the 216s, and we're looking up here at that 220 mark for our major resistance on the upside. So all in all, that is kind of what we're looking at in here. $3 expected move priced in by tomorrow. Let's see what happens. And let's kind of see how everything goes with or against the market. Boeing kind of does its own things every now and then. So let's see if we are just going to get another rip in here with a pullback of the market, or are we going to kind of consolidate and do our own thing depending on what the market does? That is going to be the question. Are we going to trade inversely, or are we going to trade with the market? What is going to be the correlation in here tomorrow and then next week for Boeing with the overall markets? All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you're interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.